All right, this morning or early afternoon, we are going to be trying out the Can Phone IPA made by Fair State Brewing Cooperative with collaboration with BlackStack Brewing. Both of those are Minnesota craft breweries. I accidentally cracked it a tiny bit. You might hear it hissing, but that was just a second ago. Just out of the fridge a couple minutes ago and just barely cracked it on accident. Anyway, interesting little can appeal. I mean, it's called the Can Phone. Whenever you try to search for this on Google, it constantly misinterprets what I'm looking for. I don't know why, but it's very tough to get information on this beer the way I usually do, which is usually pretty easy. Nice color to the, I don't know, it's just a very, stands out, kind of cartoonish, colorful, but dignified at the same time, and definitely has some shelf appeal in terms of sticking out, really that bright yellow color. Now, this is an 8% ABV double dry hopped hazy IPA, double IPA. Just a crazy pile of hops. I don't even recognize some of these. Idaho 7, I've heard of, don't really know about. Mosaic, one of my classic favorites, got that delicate grapefruit flavor. Of course, if you want to taste Mosaic hops and you're in Texas, the Lone Pint Yellow Rose IPA is a great example of that taste of the Mosaic hops. Technically, this is, they're also using Mosaic cryo hops to intensify that. Columbus cryo hops and HBC 692 hops. Well, that's a very, sounds like a secret government research project, like some kind of missile or something. Anyway, it's clear that they've put their time into the hop profile of this collaborative craft double IPA. I'm expecting a ton of hop taste, maybe some profile that I haven't gotten an exact repetition of in another beer. These hops seem unique, the collaborative approach. And I love Fair State Brewing Brewing Cooperative. I was learning a little bit about their story just this morning, and they've been brewing some great beers that I've liked quite a bit. Haven't tried this one yet, but off the top of my head, their Gray Matter, which was like an oak aged very dry farmhouse ale type thing. I loved that one. Gray Matter, and I don't know. I don't want to go off the top of my head, but the first oat IPA I had was by them, and I loved it. That was my first oat IPA. That was my first Fair State beer, and so I've liked them ever since. I'm not going to say they've been a hit every single time. I have a couple of their, I think it's called Sun and Rain tart. Very, very. I don't like that at all personally. I'm waiting to see what other people think of it. I might do a review, but it's unusual for me to almost not be able to drink a beer. But those ones I really can almost not get through. It's tough. So, but everything else they've ever had has either been from I love it to, okay, this is pretty good. In general, I really like Fair State. Never had anything from BlackStack Brewing. So I guess I'm ready to get into this thing. Do I have a brewed by or canned on date anywhere? Yeah, really hard to read as always. September 29th, probably canned. So it's November 4th today. That's only about 5 weeks ago, I guess. Like I said, I accidentally cracked this a couple minutes ago on accident. Smells like a hazy double IPA. Pours color I expect, a light color for this style. In my experience, it's not the darker orangier. Nice head. Yeah, smell. Smells like juicy tropical hops. Mouth already starting to water on this one. Fresh, juicy tropical hops. And like I expected, kind of exotic. It's sort of exotic smelling. Very exotic tropical smells, very exotic hop smells to my nose. There's familiar, of course, but just like I sort of expected. Maybe my brain is making that perception because I expected it, but those intense cryo hops, and along with a couple hops I don't think are very common in my tasting, like the Idaho 7 and the especially whatever this HBC 692, the Columbus cryo, all of those, not your everyday hops for my beers for whatever reason, so they're gonna smell a little different than what I normally experience more often. Let's give it a taste. Wow, my first thought is it felt like my tongue was swimming in a swimming pool of sunlight. It's a really strange thing to say. That's what came to mind. Not the most orangey, like orange fruit tasting IPA, which I'm happy about. I'm kind of getting sick of that. So many of them that just sort of taste like orange to me. This one doesn't. Pineapple I get. Bread I get. Hop I get. A little earth I get. Not super dank. At least that's not the word I would use. Not super orangey. Not even super citrusy. A little bit of grassiness. But not, I've had IPAs that are much more grass smelling and tasting. Pineapple up front. Kind of grassy, hoppy, bready, biscuity. And then again, kind of grassy and bitter at the end. Interesting. Delicious beer. Very well balanced in a different way than a lot of IPAs, balanced in a different way than a lot of hazy IPAs. There are a lot of good and well-balanced hazy IPAs. This one just takes things in a slightly different direction from them. It's obviously representative of the style. It's not like it's freakishly weird for this style in any sense, but it's a little different in taste profile. The details are a little different than a lot of other hazy double IPAs would be. Very, very drinkable, sippable. 8% ABV. Maybe it's just I've had a lot of this kind of stuff lately, but it doesn't even feel strong to me. It feels like a pretty easy drinker. I feel like I could chug this thing if I needed to. It's a nice sunny day outside in Austin, and I will definitely probably take this outside. I got more than half the can left. I'm almost done cooking my meal. I'm gonna have it with my meal. See how the taste change. But overall, I can already tell you I like this beer quite a bit. Can Phone double dry hopped hazy double IPA by Fair State Brewing Cooperative in collaboration with BlackStack Brewing. Would I get it again? Yeah, if I saw this on draft and I had a chance to get it fresh or something, I would get it immediately just to see how that was. This is pretty fresh, 4 or 5 weeks canned, but I'd be interested in trying it fresher. Now, is it knocked off any of my favorite IPAs? No, and I didn't expect it to. It's unlikely at this point that any hazy IPA is going to knock off any of my favorites, because when I say a favorite IPA, I'm looking for something I can drink with anything, any day, cold, hot weather, with almost any kind of meal. Those are my favorite kind of IPAs because you get a 6-pack of those. You can use them for anything, recreationally, with friends, by yourself, with meals, for working outside. The thing for me with a hazy IPA is it's too complicated to do all those things, and that's just part of its charm in a way. They're more complicated. There's much more going on in this kind of beer than in a more classic clear IPA, and that difference, that's why I get these by the single can, and I get an IPA I like, a plain IPA or a pale ale, by a 4-pack or a 6-pack, because it's just, I want to try as many of these interesting, not crazy, but off the normal IPA path a little bit. These I just want to try a bunch of them just for fun, try a bunch of different ones, and if you're doing something like that, I know how that feels, buying all the hazy IPAs and singles, just getting a sense for what people can do with this style, but not really intending to replace my daily drinker with the hazy IPA. They're just too much going on, too complicated. Okay, so I guess I'm wrapping my thoughts up on this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe after this video. It really helps me know what sort of stuff I should do more of, and let me know in the comments what you thought, if you've tried this beer, if you want to try it, any other beers you want me to check out and review. I'll see if I can get my hands on them. And signing off for now. I'll get some more, got tons more beers in my fridge, a lot of stouts and porters, some Scotch ales, some interesting IPAs, and so signing off for now. See you in the next one.